You are the reflection. The way you feel is the way you make her feel. So if she try to come at you sideways, you gotta remember, this is how she feel about herself. So when she come at you sideways, and you check her, you're now making her feel different about herself. Initially making her feel different about you because you spiking the way she feels. This is the lab progression elevation. You don't believe me? Watch this demonstration. What's good, YouTube? This IQ Down. Coming back at y'all with another motherfucker banger video. Now today we'll be going over getting respect from women and how to easily get respect for women. But first we're gonna go over, why do women do? What is disrespect? What is things that they do? One key thing that women do is they try to belittle you. They try to judge you. They try to make you, feel like you aren't good enough. Like you need to be better than what you are right now. And a big reason of why they do that is because they want to have a sense of control. You gotta understand that women, through history, they never really had real power. You know what I'm saying? They always had to talk. They always had to express themselves or behave in a certain way to obtain that power. And even if you look at Cleopatra, man, she was a woman who made Julius Caesar feel like he needed to do all of these things to, honestly get with Cleopatra consistently. Cleopatra would disappear, like make him feel like he was doing something wrong, things like that. It's a way for a woman to really control you and to get you to do things that we normally wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? So, and we have this throughout our whole history, especially in the school system, where if you do something wrong, your parents, they might take something away from you. You know what I'm saying? They might the school, they might tell you to go to timeout. They get you to do things that you really don't want to do, or go through things that you don't want to go through for the sake of getting control over you. And that's all women do when they are belittling you and they judging you. They're making you feel like you ain't good enough, or you're making you feel like you're doing something wrong, things like that. That's all forms of disrespect. So you gotta keep in mind that these are things that they do. You know what I'm saying? So now we really have a good idea of what disrespect is. Let's look into what is respect. Alright? See, because one of the key things that you have to understand is that respect is the idea or the feeling that people have that they cannot cross your boundaries. They can't, they have an understanding of where your boundaries lie. If your boundaries are really set all around you, it's almost like they can't penetrate you, which means they can't control you. Even if they want to judge you or they have judgments in their mind, they not gonna really disrespectfully speak it in a way to belittle you. They just know, even if they have real intentions of trying to help you, that's the only time they're gonna speak. But you gotta understand that respect is all of that happening where you have a sense of, how I put this, independence without people infiltrating or trying to change you or trying to manipulate you or trying to get you to do something that they want you to do. And that's a sense of real respect, you see, because when you look at women, a lot of times they're gonna always try to get you to change. They're gonna always try to make you feel like you're good enough or you're doing something wrong, just to get that sense of that. So when a man has that in their eyes, they don't attempt to do any of it. They might do it every once in a while, or they might do it a little bit, but when you get to a certain point that they're not gonna try it at all. They might try it every blue moon, but they ain't gonna try it at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how it goes. So you must understand that when they are doing this shit and they're trying, you gotta understand that action must be taken. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all, before I tell y'all exactly what needs to be done, I'm giving y'all all the keys and understanding of why. You know what I'm saying? So you need to understand that action needs to be done. For a sake, when I was in the military, a lot of people always ask me, they don't even believe that I was in the military because the way I came out and the way people, perceive me, they don't really perceive me as a military guy unless they really, really know me on how disciplined I am. It's because whenever I was in the military, my leadership would respect me. Now, these ain't women. They ain't women. But my leadership respected me to a point where they didn't try to, tell me to do certain things that they would tell everybody else to do, because I had a certain level of respect, and that was because I took action. Whenever somebody said something sideways to me, I made it a point. I didn't give a fuck about the ranking system. It could have been a colonel, it could have been a sergeant major of the whole damn base. I stood up for myself no matter what. whenever somebody says something sideways to me, whenever somebody try to make me feel less than who I was, I'll let them know, hey man, don't do that, man. Now we men, it ain't gotta be something that it ain't. Now I'm gonna let you slide, but I'm gonna carry on. We need to have an understanding that if you say that again, and you say something out the way to me like that again, we gonna have a problem. Or it might be cases where I full blown grab somebody and told them like, look and grab them, look like, motherfucker, don't you ever disrespect me like that again. I had to really handle my situations like that, because at the end of the day, these are men. You know what I'm saying? These ain't women, these are men. But I had an atmosphere of me doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do, excuse my French, because it was my natural norm to demand respect. It was my thing to demand respect, and I understood that I, need to take action when it came down to respect. Now, a lot of times it might not always be as black and white as somebody just saying something out the way to you and trying to belittle you or trying to judge you or trying to make you change yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not as black as white as that. What it is sometimes is that some people do things slick to try to get something. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just going to try you. And I understand, like, it's easy to overlook when somebody really trying you. So we really gonna go into how I was always able to identify when somebody really was trying me. Alright? But before we really go into how I, was able to identify all these things, I really need y'all to understand one very key component to this, and that is you have to be okay with being alone. If you are not okay with being alone, you have a fucking problem that this video not gonna be able to fix. When I say you have to be able to be alone, which means you have to be able to, when a conversation is really good, when it's really having a really good conversation, if you have like a real ha moment, like you have a real connection, you like, oh man, I really fuck with this person. If they say something out the way to you and you correct them and they don't listen, you have to be ready to walk away from them at any moment, even if you are very excited or you have a good feeling about somebody, or even if they shown you that they are the type of woman or person that you want to have around. What you need to do is you need to be able to correct them, and if they don't agree with you, you have to be able to walk away. Because what this whole sense of respect thing is built around is a sense of self-reliance. If you are not self-reliant, if you cannot be by yourself, if you are not okay with being by yourself, if you're not comfortable in your own skin, somebody will get behind your skin, dance on that motherfucker, turn it in and spit it out, and then have you just sitting there, you just looking like a fucking mop. Alright, what I mean is they gonna fuck over you. I mean, excuse my French, god damn. But they are going to disrespect you in a way because you're not self-reliant, so you have a sense of neediness, like you need them to be around, or you need their attention, or you need them or something that they have, and you never want to get to a point where you are needy at all. Not even not only in somebody's eyes, but you really don't want to be needy at all. You don't want to get to a point where you need shit from somebody. Because this is the biggest form of respect. This is where respect comes in at. Because when people understand that they can either choose to be with you or without you, that automatically comes with, an identity of a decision that has to be made. You have to be a decision. You cannot be a choice. Like you cannot be somebody that can easily be changed. Because initially, you're not really a decision to make. You feel what I'm saying? You're just a person that's just around. You're not really a decision to make. Basically, you're a clone, bro. You're a clone. So you have to be okay with being alone. You have to be okay with being by yourself. So one of these key things I want y'all to understand is you do not want anyone to judge you. Okay, now I know I kind of pointed that out a little bit, but I want y'all to understand that you cannot let anyone judge you. Like, and what I mean is, like, when let's say you express what you're thinking. I think that that it's really beautiful outside today. This is what I think. Right? If somebody else says, man, you think it's beautiful, man, look at this corny ass nigga, right? That's how this corny ass person, right? That's how they come at you. What you have to understand is that, hey man, I wasn't talking to you, and I ain't never asked you for your opinion anyway. Don't you ever try to, judge me or come at me in that way ever again, or don't talk to me like that ever again. Just doing that is an example of you defending yourself. You are initially defending yourself, because what you're doing is you're telling them, don't try to change the way I think. Don't try to change me. Don't try to change the way I feel. This is who I am. Either accept me for who I am or get the fuck on. And this is how it goes. So it goes for how you think, it goes for how you feel, it goes for how you overall behave as a person, like who you are as a person. If anybody tries to change you for the way you feel, for the way you act, for the way you behave, for who you are, what you say, what you do, tell them not to judge you. Tell them don't try to change you. Tell them none of that. Now, they provide you solutions, or they ask you questions, is one thing. But if they try to belittle you or make you feel less than who you are, or try to change you for who you are, initially, there are people that don't really need to be around you, because they're very controlling. They're very toxic. So I want you to understand that whenever people look at you certain ways and they look at you sideways, it's okay for them to look at you sideways. Why? Because this is the next rule, is that you don't really have to be the social norm. For example, when I went to a party, you know what I'm saying, I went to a little get together, and everybody had on suits, ties, and it was very, stick up their ass a little bit, and I came in that motherfucker, button, they had on their ties, suits, and all that. I came in that motherfucker, shirt undone, no suits, church, suit pants, brown shoes, white shirt, button up, it's poking out with the hat on, with the stilo, with the earring, all that shit, regular fly shit, right? That's how I walk in there, right? And everybody's all bougie. So everybody I met at that party was very bougie. They were very I don't want to say bougie, but they were very polished. You know what I'm saying? And I was very me. I was still me. I was still being me. Now, because I was being me, and because I was so real, that it didn't even matter that the person in front of me was being professional to me when they first met me. It maybe took them like literally 30 seconds for their countryside to come out. It maybe took them 30 seconds for their hood side to come out. It might took them 30 seconds for their sassy personality to come out, because I wasn't fitting to the social norm. I wasn't the social norm. So when they came up to me, they understood that they didn't have to be a part of the social norm. Now, I'm gonna be honest, there are situations where it's gonna be a little bit more flamboyant than that, where you're completely different from everybody, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like that if somebody judges you for that, it's okay, because at the end of the day, the respect, it comes from you being able to be yourself, being you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you are self-sustainable, you don't really need other people to make yourself feel better. You don't need people. You feel me? So this is the core principle of it, is that you have to be alone, alright? So another key thing is that you want to express how you feel, right? Somebody might say something out the way to you. They might say something to you and make you feel less than who you are, right? This is the next rule. It might make you feel less than who you are. Get on them ass, correct them, right? You say you correct them. It's okay for you to express the way you feel. If somebody is saying something, let's say I was talking to this woman, for example, I'm talking to this woman, and she said, "You seem like the type that's a real womanizer. I can just tell you're a womanizer." I was like, "What?" She was like, "You're a womanizer." You know what I'm saying? I said, don't ever attack my character like that again. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, off of me expressing the way I feel, she automatically was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean it like that. I was just joking." I was like, "I don't really like those jokes." You know what I'm saying? Off of me expressing the way I feel, what I like, what I dislike, I give her a chance to really move different from me. I give people a chance to move different from me, just off of me expressing the way I feel. And when you express the way you feel, it gives you a chance to really take off that mask. Like, before I start expressing the way I feel, this is a side note, And if you like this content so far, leave a like down below. Hey man, I got a lot of haters, dog. I got a lot of fucking haters. Leave a like down below so I can get rid of these fucking, so we can beat out these haters, man. But nah, for example, when I started expressing the way I was feeling, it allowed me to take off my mask, man. Like, I didn't have to feel like I had to pretend to be something that I wasn't when I started to express how I really felt. You know what I'm saying? And I started connecting with a different side of myself as well. That's a gym though. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? That ain't really for the video type shit. So you express the way you feel, right? And let's say somebody be like, man, but this is who I am. Let's say you are some type of person, you don't like to be called bro by women. I don't like being called bro by women. And they be like, this is my norm. This is your next rule, bro. You do not have to care about what anybody says, bro. You don't have to care. You do not have to care about their norms. Because at the end of the day, you can be by yourself. Most women, when they really want to be with you, they don't want to be not with you. Alright? That's how you really can tell, especially when you get to know them for real, they get to know you. That's how you can tell when a woman really messes with you for real. Alright, so tell her straight up, you know what I'm saying? You don't care, because at the end of the day, you don't care. You don't care. What you do care about is being called bro. Right? You don't care about nothing else outside of that. So make that a point. Let that be the point that really takes you all the way. Because everything else don't really matter. It doesn't matter. Right? So keep that in mind. And if somebody tells you that you have to do something, or you have to do this, and let's just say you don't want to do it, right? Because sometimes people put you in a position where they make you feel like you have to do something, or they might make it come across like you have to do something. You can say you don't care, or they tell you to do something, you can say no. You know what I'm saying? You can say no. Because at the end of the day, it's about your life. It's about what you want. You are self-reliant. You're okay with being alone. Say no. Just say no. And then deal with the consequences that come with it. But at the end of the day, say no. Alright? This is all of you doing that. You give yourself the option for the next rule to do what you want to do when you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you have the option to live your life however you want to live it. By you doing this and you expressing this to women, expressing what you're thinking, expressing how you feeling, expressing what you want to do, what you want out of the situation. By you being honest and expressing that, you give her an honest option, and you being so honest with her that you're giving her a real decision to make, whether she wants to do what you want to do or she can get the fuck on. When you do that to a woman, bro, now this ain't really 100% about women, but when you do that to a woman, she automatically got respect for you. She is not gonna talk out the way to us. She is not gonna talk out the way. She just not. She's not. Because at the end of the day, she know that she can't really play with you like that. She know that she can't really change you like that. She might try, but if you following the rules like I told y'all, I'm telling y'all, bro, this shit ain't gonna go like that. So I want y'all to understand is that at any moment, I know I kind of said this already, but I want y'all to really grasp this, is that any moment, leave a like down below if this video has helped you in any way. But I really want you to grasp this concept, is that you have to get used to letting people go. Right? Because some people, let's say you have never followed any of these rules, right? But you've been feeling bad about it. When you don't like people talking to you about like this, you don't like people doing this to you, but you never really spoke it. When you demand respect, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to handle that. Some people will. Now you be surprised the people who will and the people who won't. You be surprised. But I'm gonna let you know right now. You gotta be okay with letting some motherfuckers go, man. Because at the end of the day, the reason why respect is so key, because this all stands on the way you feel. Right? Yeah, I understand a lot of people in the red pill community, or people that are going among mode and things like that, they try to ignore their feelings, but the reality of it is, bro, the way you feel is the most important thing about being a man. Because the way you feel drives a lot of the decisions that you make. You feel me? It drives a lot of the decisions that you make. Think about it. different what you want to do with your life or what you want to do for a living, whether that be the money you get, the reason why you're doing it might be the money that you get out of it, or the purpose that you might fulfill from it. And at the end of the day, it all circles around the way you feel. The money makes you feel good. Having the option of being able to do whatever you want makes you feel good. Living a purpose and doing things that you are purposeful to you makes you feel good. Alright? A woman that's disrespectful, that's a bit of a bitch, you might not like her because she make you feel bad. A woman, a woman that's just, naturally kind-hearted, she might make you feel good. Somebody that's annoying, somebody that's funny, good feeling, bad feeling. It all goes about, well, how you feel. Remember that. Because that's what respect is. That's why you set boundaries, so you can be around anybody and feel good being around them. And in return, people that you hang out with, the women, the guys, they're gonna feel good being around you because they know at the end of the day, it's respect. It's a respect thing. They know they can be themselves around you. The women know they can be themselves around you. The men know they can be around themselves around you. But women, let me tell you something about women. They're not gonna fully be themselves because they know who they really are. It's not allowed around you. It's not allowed. Women belittle themselves all the time. That's why they're so insecure. That's why they wear makeup. That's why they wear heels. That's why they wear, all they wear and do all these things to appear a certain way because they're very insecure. As a man, we're not insecure. We just are who we are. We fully accept who we are. We feel good about who we are. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all you players out there that's watching. Leave a like down below, subscribe for this content. But I'm just letting y'all know the reason why it works is because the way you feel is a reflection to a woman. It's a reflection of how you feel about yourself. So when a woman makes you feel bad about you, I'm letting y'all know this. I'm putting y'all on some real game. You know what I'm saying? When you allow a woman to disrespect you, you initially show a reflection of you not liking herself, which makes her not like being around you. Don't let that shit fly over your head. Alright? You are the reflection. The way you feel is the way you make her feel. So if she try to come at you sideways, you gotta remember, this is how she feel about herself. So when she come at you sideways and you check her, you're now making her feel different about herself, initially making her feel different about you because you spiking the way she feel. Come on, man. I'm putting y'all on real game. Y'all need to subscribe, man. I'm putting y'all on real game. I drop videos like this all the time, man. So, that's all I already got for y'all, man. This is how you get respect from women. I'm talking about the most dominant women, the most aggressive women, the most city girl women will respect you when you really get on their ass like this, man. Telling you, anyone. Alright, remember that. This IQ Dominant, man. You like this video, leave a like down below. Subscribe. I drop content like this all the time. And I'ma see y'all when I see y'all, man.